Hello, welcome back to Zap Diabetes. It's been like over a year. I think the last video I talked about how I was gonna make all these changes in my life and eat right, and I was encouraged and all that. Well, I was encouraged, but it didn't really happen for me. And it happens to a lot of people. They like have all these good intentions. They want to diet, they want to eat right, they want to make these changes, and then something happens. Maybe they have a mess up, and then they just let those mess ups continue. Well, things have changed for me, and I started something new, and it's been going strong for over a month now, and I'm going to go over that, not today, but I just wanted to update you and let you know I am ready to go. But what I wanted to do for my first video in a long time is I wanted to talk about, kind of have a final report on this experiment I had with the 670g pump. I had a lot of videos about the 670g pump and my experiences with it, good and bad, and I really went into a lot of the negatives, but I wanted to let you know where I'm at now. I still use the 670g pump. I do not use the continuous glucose monitor because it sucks. It's terrible. Did not work for me. I've talked to several other people that felt the same way. Now, some of you, maybe you've had really good experiences with it, and you can share those down below if you want. If you had a bad experience, please share those down below as well. But for me, the things that I had with it is it was inaccurate for me. It was usually either 40 or 50 off. Like, for example, my blood sugar would be 250 and the CGM says 200. It would auto shut off if my blood sugar was outside what it thought was the ideal range. So like it would shut off if my blood sugar was over 200. By auto shut off, I mean it would stop trying to give me more insulin to get my blood sugar back to within range. And it would, it would beep at me, but I would sleep through it because I'm a hard sleeper. And then I wake up and my blood sugar would go from like 200 to 500 because it stopped doing that. And so it just, that feature was just terrible for me. It did not work. And it kind of did for about the first 3 months I had the product, but then it just, ever since I needed to get a new transmitter, and then I had to get another transmitter, it just did not work for me anymore. So the other thing is that my sensor would lose contact with the transmitter constantly, and then I would get a warning, like even after having this sensor on for 3 days, it would say like, you lost contact, you need to use a new sensor. Or sometimes it even happened within a day. And those things are very expensive, and your insurance doesn't give you extra ones. So that was really kind of the icing on the cake that kind of turned me off of it. The other problem is I get constant alarms and beeps about something. It was just really obnoxious. It'd beep, it would need calibrated, it would need, it was telling me, my blood sugar's not been too high for too long, things like that. It really did not work for what I wanted it to do, because I will honestly say that I needed to have a complete change in how I took care of my diabetes. And maybe it's not an end-all solution. Well, it's definitely not. But I do know there's little things still with this pump, such as losing contact. So I had to change the sensor when it's not within the, when it's outside of 7 days. I know that it's, if my blood sugar is 200, for it to just kind of stop giving me that extra insulin for me is just a no-no. The inaccuracies, it just was not a good solution for me at all. And the first 3 months it went well. And ever since, I think there was a hurricane in Puerto Rico that hit their plant or something, and I got a new product, it just was not working. I can't say, the product is great on paper. It is a good step in the right direction, but it wasn't ready to go to the US market, I don't think. And I don't think it's the best solution right now. So after not using it for a year and trying it again recently, like a couple months ago, I tried it again, and it started beeping and beeping and beeping and losing connection. I just was like, I am done with this. The other problem is you have to charge their transmitter, which is really kind of obnoxious because you can't really tell if it's adequately charged or not. You're just going off this light. There's no battery percentage. There's no nothing. And it just seems like kind of a crappy product. So I switched to Dexcom. I got a Dexcom in October. And here's what I have found using the Dexcom. I have no need to calibrate if I don't want to. I don't have to worry about those calibration alarms. When I do calibrate and cross-check results just to see how things are going and if it's accurate, it's usually within about 5 points. So like if I'm 145, according to Dexcom G6, my contour next meter will report like 141. So that's quite a difference. It's highly accurate. Alarms only happen when my blood sugar's out of range, and my blood sugar now is rarely above 200. I don't really get into 300 or 400s anymore. It's really good. Now, the transmitter lasts about 10 days. I've not really had any problems, except I had it, like I knocked into something and it fell off early once, and I called Dexcom and got another one. It doesn't beep at me all night long when I'm trying to sleep. I'm not afraid about not having insulin or waking up really high, just because I've kind of regulated myself using this system that's highly accurate, and now I kind of know how things work. It has been flawless for me, really, almost flawless. The only problem I've had is ordering through a third-party supplier, which my insurance requires. I have Blue Cross Blue Shield in Minnesota, and I have to use Byram Healthcare. And so I don't think it's necessarily Byram Healthcare's problem. I think they're not getting approval from my insurance fast enough. But basically what happens is, like I needed new sensors on the 29th of December, but they can't send them out the 29th of December. So it's like I don't have, I'm without sensors for a couple days. And then now there's the holidays. So I'm going to, be without for a while. Now I did find a way to make my last sensor work longer than what it's supposed to and what's recommended. I don't recommend that, but I did it because it's working for me. This Dexcom has really made a difference in my life, and I know a lot of you probably have a Dexcom or have a Medtronic pump. Right now, I'm using the Medtronic pump. I'm using the Dexcom. I probably would highly consider switching my insulin pump now that I've had this Dexcom, because it has made the most significant difference in my diabetes. I've had it for 37 years, most of my life. I got it when I was 2. So, type 1 diabetes. So, I think it's the most significant advance. This Dexcom product, and I know it's been out for years. I wish I would have done it sooner. I wish somebody would have said, hey, listen, this is the best. You need to use this. But that's what I recommend. That's where I'm at with it. And then I will have another video here coming up. It's going to be about the changes I've made in my life with my type 1 diabetes, how I'm focusing on losing weight, how much I've lost so far, and where I'm going with it. And I really am excited about that video. And so please, down below, let me know what you think of your Medtronic 670G. Let me know what you think of their transmitter, their sensors. Let me know what you think of Dexcom and what Dexcom has done for you. Please feel free to like and subscribe, because that does me huge favors. And then next time I'll let you know what's going on. Have a wonderful day. A happy new year. I'm glad to be back. I will be back more. Have a wonderful day.